Welcome down to the Belfry, the TaylorMade Performance Centre in the background. We have 3 sets of golfers, 3 different swings, and we're going to see exactly what a custom fitting process is like. Full through the bags, wedges, putters, irons, drivers, fairway woods. We've got it all. Let's see how the guys get on. Okay, so with Hannah, you've been custom before, haven't you?
Yeah, but not for quite a few years now.
James never had a club fitting before. Down with Alex now, who has had a custom fitting before, but is up for a totally new challenge.
Yeah, as you say, I've had custom fittings before with different brands, and I was just interested to come down and see how the TaylorMade fitting would differ to the others, really.
What are you looking forward to today? What's it going to be like?
A bit more consistency, I'd say, with just all really. I think that's down to probably I haven't got the right clubs for me. So yeah, that's what I was looking for, consistency and a bit more distance.
With my irons, more like dispersion and like quality of strike. But then with the driver, I hit it quite high, so looking at something that can come a bit lower and can get more run out, so I get that bit more distance.
I just want to find fairways and I just want to find greens, and if I can get some clubs that are going to help me doing that, then that's the goal today.
Questions are out, jury's in session, let's go and hit some balls, find some answers and get it all done with.
Hannah's a good player off scratch, and so it was about looking at what can transform her game over the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years.
We'll start off with the driver. It was a comfortable level.
Comfortable is the absolute key word. We wanted to get into something a little bit heavier in the shaft. Her actual dispersion was maybe not as good as it was with her own driver, but that's all about taking a new concept to the practice ground, working with it and improving your game. Hannah has a set of irons which she's had for a long time. I think she was just looking for something which is going to give her a little bit more distance again. So we moved into P760. Felt good, sounded good. Again, based on club speed, based on trying to get it to that next level of performance, I think it was fair to say that the irons outperformed her current product.
So that's the top end of the bag, and if you look, more to the more feel sort of category areas, and wedges and putters, how important has that been for her today to open up new options?
So she currently works with 50, 54, 58 degrees, which is something that we've stuck with. Generally speaking, when you have someone who performs at a higher level, then you're looking at those marginal gains to improve things. So that was definitely key with Hannah, yeah.
And then we just look at the putter. Obviously, it's a very hard thing to change. You can have one old faithful and keep it and keep it and keep it.
She has gone with a Spider X with a double bend. I think she'll find when she gets out on the greens that her longer putts, the shots, the putts which don't quite come out of the centre of the blade will end up a lot closer to her intended target.
And the last thing in the basket is balls. We haven't really spoken about that much, but what was she fitted into? What was best for her?
TP5X is an incredible golf ball for controlling spin. If you want to manage your spin and notably get your spin down, there isn't a ball out there that will challenge that, in my opinion. I've seen so many golfers who struggle with high spin go into that ball and improve.
But we move on to somebody totally different. In Alex, you basically offered 2 fittings for 2 different types of golfers.
Keep it simple with Alex was the absolute key. We've put the 5 wood in. He always typically uses a 5 wood, but we've put an M60 type 7 wood in there as well. So looking at areas in the bag which he doesn't already have and trying to cover those off. Again, making sure the profile of the shafts suit how he wants it to feel at impact is absolutely key. M6 irons, they were made for Alex in the sense that very easy to use, off-centre strikes forgiving, very fast on the on-centre strikes.
Wedges and putters, again, can be a bit different to those you've said, those better players, as the scratch players, but I mean, they can be sort of universal. So what was he put into and looked at more of? Sorry.
With a gap wedge, a 50-degree wedge, if you like, we've gone with the M6 generic wedge because we can get the same shaft in, the same length. We put the same grips on. We've got mid-sized grips throughout the whole bag, and we get the same lie angles in there. So for Alex, it is a case of the pitching wedge is too much, I'll hit the gap wedge, and it's not going to feel that much different to the pitching wedge. With
the putter, was it looked at, because he's quite tall, was it looked at something a bit longer, or what was the variables with that?
He actually looked at an Ardmore putter, and There are 3 different necks in that putter, 3 different designs, and straight away he's picked out the design that suited his eye. Length will be key for him as well. He's gone straight for something which he liked the look of, liked the feel of, keeping it simple very much in that sense.
We mentioned the ball before, looking at maybe a TP5, TP5X, but for Alex it could be again something a little bit different, even on performance and also price.
I would say price is a key element to this. You don't want to sacrifice performance, but we've got a Project A golf ball, which is a slightly lower price point than our TP5 and TP5X, but it doesn't mean it's not a premium golf ball. A little bit lower in compression. For Alex, again, he could probably benefit from a little bit more spin on his iron shots. So again, that'll be something that will assist his game. 2 different golfers, but they both benefited from taking some time and looking at performance in 2 slightly different ways.
So we're going to go straight in with the driver. James was using a pretty modern product. It was the M4. 2 here, the M6, the M5. Which one did he get fitted into? What were the main reasons for that?
Performance wasn't as good as what he would have liked to have seen. We actually moved into M6 straight away. Basically, he struggled with losing the golf ball right with his driver, but crucially for him, he wanted to be playing more of the fairway. Ultimately, the driver was much more suited for him than what he was currently gaming in, and the byproduct of that was much better shots, much better distance. And because he struggled with his driver, he kind of likes the protection of having a strong lofted 3-wood in the bag. So we still kept with M6. The performance, he was actually seeing better distance with the M6 Rocket 3-wood, better distance and better finishing results than his own driver. As I say, the performance of that Rocket 3-wood was incredible for him. What James wanted out of the iron fitting was a little bit more distance. Right. So it was very much probably a straight shootout from P790 versus P760. Right. We didn't actually go into the P760 at all because the performance was that good in P790. And crucially for him, golf ball recommendation is really crucial. Because he sees the ball high, and we lost a little bit of spin with the 790s, okay. TP5 was a great recommendation for him because it'll launch it a little bit lower than what we see in our TP5X and just spin that little bit more, especially in the mid and the shorter irons, which is a real benefit for him. It's funny when you come to putters, you know, personal preference does take prevalent and sometimes maybe for performance. Sometimes, you know, if it looks good for the golfer, generally the performance will come on the back of that. But James very much liked the look at that midnight blue at address. So we went 34 inches in that shorts on option in midnight blue. And the importance of the custom fitting for all golfers was there to see for James. Yeah. You know, he's using a current product out there. We went a little bit shorter. We closed the club face to 4 degrees on that driver. Slightly different shaft than what he's got. You know, the performance was untold, the positivity that he got from that.
First time, how was it?
Yeah, really good, really beneficial. The guys are so knowledgeable, and I was just blown away with the amount of information they could give me, really.
Yeah, my current driver was very accurate, but I wasn't getting that maximum distance out my swing, just because I still had a regular shaft. So he's given me a stiffer shaft, which will take time to get used to bring the accuracy down to the same dispersion as my current driver. But I was getting a lot more distance, less spin, which was giving me more run out. Coming and getting custom fitted, you get to try different shafts, which you wouldn't normally do in the shop. So it's
you wouldn't think about it off the shelf, would you?
And the options aren't available when you go and buy them off the shelf, so you know the difference was unreal, really.
7-wood is a bit of a new one to me. My fitter said it would suit my game, and as I said before the fitting, more than happy to listen to his expertise. So yeah, I'm happy to sort of have that gap, and I'm excited to get out there and see how it works on the course, because I was hitting it very nicely on the range.
I've been a bit guilty of maybe just going to 3-wood when I'm a bit under pressure and get it in play.
All reliable.
Yeah, whereas driver, I feel now after getting custom fitted for the one today, I probably will be using that a lot more on the tighter shots, and when I need to score well, just give me that little bit of extra distance. Drivers, yeah, spot on. I was definitely seeing a lot more accuracy and straighter shots with the irons there.
Brilliant, like we say, it is not just a quick fix, it's going to be a year long, all on nationalclubgolfer.com. If you like this video, give it a like, share it, comment below, have you ever been custom fitted? Have you ever had a whole bar custom fitting, a ball fitting? Let us know. But until then, good luck with it.
Let's
see how it goes.
Brilliant, thanks.